By the time I found out that she was up for adoption, she was dead set on, no, I need to just be realistic about my life and what my future holds.
That's when she came to me and she said, would you be interested in us adopting you? I didn't think that I would have a family again. I didn't think that I would go to college. I didn't think that I would have love. And with that, I just feel like my world is just so much brighter.
Without further ado, the lovely Miss Nadia Bical. How are you?
Hi, good morning. Thank you for coming. We
This
appreciate
is
it.
awesome. We first met Nadia when we gave away the 1968 Corvette right before COVID. And we got in touch with you and we says, hey, we wanted to do this, and you jumped right on board.
Right, anything for the community.
And you do. You love your city.
Yeah, I do.
And you jumped on it. COVID hit, so it really hindered everything. But
Right.
you continued to put ads out and to do so much for the cause. And I really wanted to have you
Right.
here, one, to thank you, and for two, just an incredible story that I think that fits into our legend season is hard work, determination, and you can do it.
Thank you. Well, being from Brooklyn, we love giving back to the community. So once I heard that it was a community, it was an organization in Brooklyn that was being funded by the charity, I was like, you know what, this is great. We're going to give back and we're going to raise money. And it's a good time. It's a Corvette. So who doesn't like that, right?
This is amazing. So if you don't know who Nadia is, I just want to give people a little background.
Yeah.
Your father came here from Canada, and he started working as a mechanic.
Right.
And he was working with General Motors?
Yes. Well, he's originally from Guyana.
Okay.
A country in South America. He's Caribbean, and he went from Guyana to Canada, and then from a student visa came here to America for General Motors to be a mechanic.
Wow.
Oh, wow, that's really cool.
Right. So he started off on the back end, which is super rare in the dealership.
It sure is, yeah.
Super, super rare.
Yeah.
And then an opportunity arose where he was able to buy into the dealership that he was in. So he took the opportunity.
Oh, good for him.
And he ended up owning the whole thing. After a while, the other person backed out.
Oh, wow.
And he basically jumped in to help employees. He had no intentions of going from the back end to the front end. That was never his
Yeah, that's a major shift.
Yes.
major shift
Yeah.
for a mechanic, you know?
Yeah.
But he said that it was basically he bought the whole thing or the whole place just went under. And he couldn't do it to his fellow coworkers. And he just saw people. And he was really scared about the liability. He knew nothing about this country and how everything was going to pan out. And there was a lot of racial discrimination. But he just said he felt like it was the right thing to do. So he just said he did it. And he could have lost everything. Could have lost everything that he worked for, whatever he had at the time.
Right.
So whatever little he had. So it was a huge risk. He'd put everything he worked for. And it wasn't easy, as we had discussed prior. My father had gone through a lot. He was robbed in the store.
Oh my
he was shot.
Oh, wow.
And he is an amazing guy. He got up once he was shot, ran after the guy, pinned him down until the cops came.
Oh, wow.
All right.
And then passed out.
That's what I'm talking
and then
about.
passed out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And I always asked him, I said, how did that happen? He said, I have no idea. He's like, I just said, you shot me? He's like, I just got up and was like, I can't believe you shot me.
Oh, my goodness.
He's got that heart and determination to do that for his business, and he wasn't going to take it. You know?
Wow, yeah.
That's it.
I was shot, and I just couldn't imagine going after the person.
Could you imagine?
I got shot through
He
the
didn't
neck.
even think about the guy killing
Wow.
him. I guess he felt like he was already shot. What has he got left to lose?
Oh,
I
my
don't.
gosh.
Right? Yeah.
I don't really know, but I guess in that scenario. And one time we were children, so I witnessed this. And he always, anytime we went anywhere and we came back to Brooklyn, whether it be Queens, whether it be the Bronx, and we got back to the borough, he always went to the dealership just to check on it, just to see the locks, just to make sure it was. We went and there was somebody actually breaking in.
Oh, my God.
As we pulled up. So he looks at me and my brother. My mother was not in the car. And he goes, hold on to your little sister and just lock the doors and just go under the thing. So my brother like peeps out. We peep out from the back seat. And he climbed the fence and got the guy down and pushed him.
Oh my goodness.
Awesome.
Good
Now
for
that's a
him.
real good car
That's
story
good.
right there.
There you go.
And then went back to the dealership, called the cops, and basically had him there until the cops came. And then my mother was so mad because she was like, I can't believe you did that with my kids in the car.
And your mother was instrumental
Oh, of course.
in your path to where
Right,
you are now.
of course.
She was a strong, independent woman.
She held it down. Yeah, she definitely did. She definitely held it down with us, me and my brother. And she works with us. So since the pandemic happened, she always lived her life. She always worked at Disney. She always had a job to show me and my brother that, it's not always about staying home. We have bills to pay.
Yeah.
And, we had my grandmother, but then after a while, my brother would watch me too, because he had to be responsible, and so did I. And at a young age, I would say, even at 8, 9, we were working in the dealership.
Yeah, so
handling
tell
cars.
us about that. What brought it around to where you just
My
started?
dad just literally said, you need to work at the dealership and start cleaning cars. Like, he was just
wow.
like,
So that was the first
That was
job,
your
was
first?
washing the cars, cleaning the cars,
yeah,
and everything?
he said that, he's like, listen, you guys are kids, but, we need help. And I'm not going to go hire somebody when you have little fingers. And he's like, we're going to figure this out.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's
really
smart.
cool.
And then from washing cars, it was accounting. And then, secretary work, answering phones, being his assistant, figuring out who's important, who's not, who's this, who's that. Learning everybody's name, extensions, who's their, manager, what's a manager.
Learning
at
the
10
whole
years old, I knew
roster.
what a
Yeah.
manager was compared to, who's under him. And, 10 years old, you don't really know that, a kid, but I understood it.
That's
I didn't know
amazing.
what it meant. I didn't know why nobody was questioning me. But if somebody was, I thought, that's pretty cool at 10 years old that I didn't know what that was.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
It wasn't something I needed to know.
But you were
Right,
you were
right.
literally learning
Working.
work ethic.
Working, yeah.
Ethic that
I'll never forget
that's
this. I was
beautiful.
sweeping. They made me sweep, and I was very annoyed. I was very annoyed. And my dad came out and yelled at me in front of everybody. And he's like, if you're going to just do this, just get in the car, and I'll just take you home. So I was like, what is his problem? I was like 10. And he goes, if you're going to sweep, you sweep with pride. Anything you
Yes.
do.
That's right.
You do with pride. If you pick up this little piece of paper, you pick it up with pride.
That's
and he
how
was
my-
like,
Right.
and
that's-
he's like, because this is our store. This is where we live. He's like, if you don't, he goes, I was like, I'm 10. Like,
It's a
calm down.
representation of the people that are within that
That are
building.
within that building are
That's right.
watching you. And he
That's
took
right.
it and he started sweeping. And he's like, I do it with pride, with my shoulders
right.
back and my smile on my face.
Yep,
And he's
that
like,
all-
there is no job that's ever low enough. He's
right.
like, how dare
Wow.
you think that?
That's right.
And I
That's a
never
beautiful
forgot
statement.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was
And
a
it's a
kid.
true
but, like, I
statement.
That's
never
awesome.
forgot
That's
that.
awesome.
Well, Mark
That's a
tries
real
to
life
implement
lesson.
that in our shop too, even
We
though
do,
we have
but-
nobody coming over.
Yeah.
We do, but
and
then
nobody's
there's-
smiling
But
when
then
they're
there's
sweeping.
always her work area, though, and it's
In
just,
my head, I was
certain
like, what
things you
Disney
just got to
movie
give
are we
up.
trying
you
to
know?
live in?
So you're growing up, you're watching all this happen.
My mom working and my dad working.
Your dad working,
Right.
your mom, you and your
Right.
brother. You go to school. What do you
Right.
choose to do?
Well, basically, he said be a doctor or a lawyer, and then I decided to be a lawyer,
Okay.
and I went to law school. I'm very grateful. He pushed me for that, and I didn't end up doing the full thing of practicing to be an attorney, but I definitely helped within the dealership. It's definitely helped with speaking and giving back to the community and being able to merge that relationship between the community and the dealership and just kind of bring it all around with the franchising aspect of it with the BAM and now with Bambina out in Long Island and
Wow.
basically just making it a bigger empire and providing more.
Can you tell us about your dealership? Because it's so
Yes,
big. I'm
yes,
so
yes,
fascinated.
Yes. So Bical Auto Mall is on 2.2. It's the largest dealership in the New York City metropolitan area.
Wow. That's pretty good.
It sits on 2.2 acres of water, and it's 220,000 square feet with 3 floors. Yeah, it is
Cars,
the
cars,
largest
Yeah.
dealership. It is huge. My
A
father,
literal mall.
literally a mall.
Wow.
It's basically bring your walking shoes when you come
that's
because
beautiful.
yeah, the heels are not you're gonna really regret it.
So you've
Put
turned it
like
into more of an experience for the
it's
shopper
100%
to
of an
enjoy.
experience.
That's
we
nice.
have we have sales, parts, body shop, service. Our body shop is beautiful. We have a state-of-the-art machine that literally can paint your car in 10 minutes.
What?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
No way.
It's imported from Italy, and my father, it had to be FDNY certified and everything.
So wait a
yeah.
minute. The car goes in and
We could pull it out part by part, but each part takes about a minute. So you can do a whole door in a minute. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's sick.
That is so cool.
It's sick. And you can customize your paints as well. It is
Oh, wow.
very
And you do
sick.
this on site?
Of course.
Wow.
Yeah, it's our body shop, which my father specializes in. He loves working on cars. So
Oh, that's so
that's
cool.
his
Really,
toy.
really cool.
That's really
You can
cool.
put it like that. He had no reason to be certified in that machine, but he was so excited to go get certified for that
Good
machine.
for him.
So he stays
Wow.
current on everything,
Oh,
all the
are you
latest,
kidding?
greatest, state
During
of
the
the art,
pandemic?
everything. Yeah.
Mechanics would call out, which is, you know, understandable. People got sick or people were exposed to people.
Yep.
You don't want to bring
And
that into
being
the shop.
safe.
So we
Yep.
respected that, obviously. He jumped in suits and he was the mechanic. And people had no clue when he's bringing out their car. And this one lady called and she goes, this guy messed up my car. And she's like telling me his name. And I'm like, I do not know this guy. So I put him on hold. I'm looking for this guy. I'm like, I must have hired a new mechanic. I'm going through the shop. I tell my dad, I'm like, I can't find this guy. He goes, that's me. He goes, what's wrong with the car? So I told him. He goes, no, that lady's tripping. He's like, I fixed that car. That car is perfect.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's funny.
Good to know that happens in every shop, too.
Yeah, he's great. He loves cars. He would have never taken on something that he couldn't fix if it was a 1, 2, 3 thing, you know. And the lady just, when he got on the phone with the lady, she's like, oh wait, I didn't take the emergency breakdown or whatever the case was.
Oh, no.
We had that happen to us when we had somebody doing
and she
an
was the one who
alignment.
put it up. So he was like, I didn't even put that up. So it was just little, like he loves working on cars. He genuinely loves vehicles. That's his first love.
really
It always
cool.
will be.
Yeah.
He's in the back usually.
So what brands are at Bical?
Oh, we have Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Cadillac.
Wow.
All right.
I love
Yeah,
all
and then
them.
we have Bical Chevrolet, which is its own store out there, and they have a service, and they don't have a body shop, but they have service parts and everything too. Also at Bical Automo, we have the largest parts department in New York City. We wholesale.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow,
we
wow.
also supply to the firehouses and the EMTs and the police departments. We service their vehicles and all of that stuff.
So, like, how much space does that take up in the building? Just
Not
for the parts alone?
our building is huge, so not a lot. It's already my dad designed it, so
wow.
there is a mechanic
Wow.
actually designed his own
That's
building.
really
so trust me
cool.
when I tell you, there's enough space for it all to happen.
Yeah,
he
right?
designed his shop the way that he would design his shop.
That is awesome.
So there's definitely enough space. Yeah.
Wow.
He literally, we needed more. I remember we needed more ventilation, and I'll never forget this. He goes, we need more ventilation. He just walks around the building. He goes, give me the sledgehammer.
I know how to fix that problem.
I was like, oh my God. So being with him, he's also an engineer. So being with him, learning how to check the foundation. I'm also FDNY certified through him as well
Oh, wow.
to do construction sites, to take tests and all that
Wow.
stuff.
There's nothing you just don't do.
Yeah, me and him, we
Oh
both
my
went for our
goodness.
test. Yeah, and he taught me how to check the foundation, how to get up early and do all those things. And
Did you get a better score than he did?
No. But to be fair, he gave me a day to study. So
Right? Yeah, so that's really good.
I
yeah.
have-
it's good.
Yeah.
Well, when you were younger, during the younger days when you were younger, what was the car that really...
Oh.
I know it's not fair to ask. but-
I know.
On the spot.
He always drove a Cadillac. So I would say, honestly, what I do love the most are the classic Cadillac DeVilles.
Yes.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
like the
yeah,
57s and the 59s.
Oh, yeah,
you know what
dig
I'm
it,
saying?
dig it,
yeah.
man. Yeah, yeah.
So I actually would love the retros back, honestly. But I know people keep saying that, but I get a little worried because we have technology in our vehicles and people still can't drive correctly.
Right, exactly.
So going back retro, I'm a little worried about what that'll do with the accident rates.
A
but
few concerns there, huh?
I
Yeah.
truly love the classic DeVilles. I think those are beautiful. I mean, they're huge, but I
Yeah,
think they're just
yeah.
beautiful. They're
just
just a
awesome
testament to like
vehicles.
the American beauty design of an American vehicle. I love how they look.
Well, that is awesome. And we're going to go to a break on that. Wendy's wants you to stop and have something to eat. We'll be right back with Nadia.
We went to look for school clothes. And I remember I'm like just helping her put on different clothes. And she looked at me and she said, Mommy, I never thought I would have clothes like this. You know, it's not about having clothes or money, but the fact that she was appreciative of it was what meant a lot to me.
Hannah, she had never had a play date with a friend, ever. She'd never had sleepovers, ever. For someone her age to wait that long to have to go.
To watch a kid who never knew what it meant to be safe at home to wanting to be home and be around people that love her. Almost as special as the big things is just the little things.
Angel's Garage, the podcast, is brought to you by My Travel Tray. Life on the go just got easier. And by Haymaker Coffee Company. Grab life by the beans. And by Ford Gum since 1913.
And we're back with Nadia Bical of Bical Auto Mall. Why don't you tell us what you have coming up?
Well, fall is looking pretty good. It's looking more like we are finally going into the EV transition. So we have the Hummer EV coming out. We got the Cadillac Lyriq. We got the Chevy Bolt EUV, and we have the Buick Envision that's coming out.
And what is the new thing about these that is so special with EV?
Well,
I'm learning to like the EV, so help me out here.
It's gonna eliminate the carbon in the air. That's the ceasing gas emissions, so we can have a cleaner air, a cleaner environment. What I'm most excited about is the Hummer EV. It is a beast. If you guys have seen it, it does a crab walk.
That's the one. Yeah, I saw that.
Sick. It is. You can take it apart. It is like a Jeep chair. It's like the Jeep Wranglers where you could take it apart and you get the roofless stuff.
Oh wow!
Oh wow! So you can buy the upgrades, and
different packages, and cool. It's all around just a beautiful, really they really thought about this car.
Oh, I saw that crab walk on the ad, but I was like,
is that even possible?
Computer generated,
no,
or is that real?
It actually does
that's
it.
Amazing.
It's honestly beautiful. So imagine getting out of a car space by going.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, no more parallel parking.
Yeah,
it's a little easier on that part of the driver's exam anyway.
A beast of a vehicle. It's honestly beautiful. So I'm really excited about that one.
Is the Lyriq the one that's going to go 300 miles on a charge?
The Cadillac one, yeah.
Wow, that sounds really interesting.
That's got to be like one of the top in the field.
Yeah, in the field so far. So GM definitely is leading the way with their EV selections.
Wow.
They're definitely trying. And it's been a cool process to be a part of as a new dealer.
I was able to look at your posts. I follow you. And that Corvette, what do you think of the Corvette?
God.
Everybody wants to know, yeah.
That mid-engine, we can't even hold one in the store, put it like that.
They're going that fast.
People they love it. It's a beautiful vehicle. It drives smooth.
Great money.
And great money. GM did a fantastic job with it.
It's affordable.
They really hit a good price point. They really thought about it. They really, I guess I would say, gave back to the Corvette lovers. They gave back that old style, that that sexy, sporty look that everybody likes. And when you hit that engine, you know how it is.
So when will the new vehicles?
Well, the Hummer should be coming out in fall. All of these should be having releases, but due to the pandemic, they are pushed back.
Okay.
I'm not sure when they'll be coming out. I know the Hummer, they do still have the release date in fall. So we're hoping that will still
So
occur.
We're in the fall, so any day
so
now.
hopefully any day now.
That's awesome. Now, I heard that they were thinking about bringing back a ZR1 Corvette.
They
possibly.
are thinking about it.
Really?
We will see. Again, the pandemic, they bring all these ideas and then, they don't have a funding for it.
We sit at home and think of great ideas.
Right. And then they have to think about who's going to fund these projects. So I hope they do.
Right.
That sounds really exciting.
Yeah, it does.
Just to
it
see
really
that.
Does.
Being an owner from like the gas to the turn of the carbon and the emissions and the EV, that's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be an interesting turn to see. There's going to be flaws. Right. There's going to be flaws in the system. I mean, the charging systems, it's going to take 2 hours. There's pros and cons to all of the things that are happening. I just feel like sometimes we glide over the bad stuff and we're not really telling people that it's going to probably take 1.5 hours to 2 hours to charge your car.
And that's the first time that I've actually heard this. It's just now, and it's because you're just put it on the table and let us decide,
Yeah, it's like, there's good and bad to all of these things, but you also are protecting the environment. You also are doing something good, But I get worried that we're selling people this gas stream, and it's not going to be as an easy as transition in the beginning. I mean, it's going to be a little hard to even find.
New, though. It takes a while for the markets to adjust and for technology to come up to the point where it needs to.
I just feel like sometimes I need to put it out there that there's going to be an adjustment. There might be a little time for you to go look for an EV gas station as opposed to an actual gas station. It's going to take time to convert the world to what it is. So like sometimes I get worried that we're going to be selling all of these EV cars, and what about these people who actually need it when you're on the road.
Right.
So sometimes I feel like we need to build a little more information.
That's smart.
On
that's
that
actually
as well.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I know you do a lot for your community because one of our sponsors, My Travel Tray.
Yes.
You had a giveaway, and that was really cool that you do this kind of stuff.
People really responded to it. They really, really loved it. We put in a couple of customers' vehicles, and they said that their children really, really enjoyed it, and it provided more space and created more space for their cell phone or their rings, or like, when you're driving and your bracelet's bothering you, you just dump it somewhere. Now it's on the tray, so it's easier for them to find it. You are just so
awesome. Okay.
Helping to keep your life organized, My Travel Tray.
That is true.
Since it is time, it is the holidays, and if it wasn't the holidays, you can do it. But us ladies and men, she also has another business.
It is. It's my passive business.
Why don't we talk about your new business?
Right.
Here?
So I started a online business called Roar Respectfully, where I try to find products for basically everybody, just every person, to fit into your lifestyle. So to jazz up your style, I have the earrings and a hip jewelry to put on your hips, and the rings.
Look
that I'm
at
currently
that.
wearing.
Wow.
Very fashionable, very affordable. That's really what I wanted, for everyone to have just to jazz up your look, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman. I mean, facial cleansers, everybody needs to wash their face.
Especially after working in the shop.
All
day.
Right. You need to get all that dirt and bacteria out, especially when you're home all day, even as well. You build up all that dirt. I just wanted a place where somebody can come. It's a one-stop shop. You can get your jewelry, you can get a bag, you can get a scarf, you can get a ring. But most importantly, I wanted it to be affordable. I wanted people to come on there and not feel as if they're spending $1,000 on something. They're spending a decent money on something that's good quality and just fun. It's
Ladies.
Right. Wow.
RoarRespectfully.com. And husbands, men,
check it out. And the apparel's very nice as well.
It's that time of year. It's easy. You sit there, you fill out the little thing on the computer box, and it's done.
Click, click. It's there.
That's awesome.
Oh, gosh, they're telling us to wrap it up. Okay, so real quickly before I have to listen to them, it is such a story and a tribute to hard work, good support, and
drive and dedication.
Dedication. What is that?
That definitely is. My whole family has taught me that even if you get a no in life, there is no such answer as no if you want it to be a yes. You can turn any no into a yes if you just keep moving. Even if you're shot down, you get back up and you keep going after what you need to get after. And if you pass out after, you pass out after. But at least you got what you wanted.
Oh, that's
great advice.
That
Life's advice right there.
Everybody, don't forget to go to the 1941 Ford pickup for the Wendy's Dave Thomas Foundation. Get your tickets. We're giving it away December 17th. RJ Mitty is going to be pulling the winning ticket. And our friends at Ford Gumballs and Machines.
I saw this.
Wanted you to have this.
I love this. This is awesome.
So if you'll take this back.
But you are shipping this, right?
I guess we're going to have to.
It's not going on the plane, right?
This will go to, and you can put it wherever you want, but they wanted to make sure you got it. They know you love gumballs.
I hope my salesmen don't devour all of this. They probably will by the time I get there.
And this thing is big, and it does take quarters, whatever you want it to take.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's all set up, so you can make. There's another business opportunity for you.
I know.
There it is.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, it's a little 3-foot stand. That's pretty cool.
It's absolutely beautiful. It's so retro.
Andrew's telling me to tell people what it is. It is a gumball machine that is 3 foot tall. You put a quarter in it and you spin it, and a gumball comes out.
Comes out, huh?
That is for our listeners as well as our viewers. Thank you, Andrew, for making sure of that. And on that note,
because everybody loves a gumball,
we're gonna go to Mark's Minutes.
Prevent it from knocking, keep it rocking on Mark's Minutes. What we're going to be working on today is a 1941 Ford F100 pickup truck. Today it needs a lot of metal work, so we're going to show you Mark's Minutes, and we're going to show you how to save those cardboard boxes and you put them to good use. First, you want to make sure that you save up enough cardboard to do your job. You can see there's a lot of metal work here, so save a lot. You're going to take your pieces and you're going to get them somewhere pretty close, and you're going to get it into the area so that you can work with it. Okay, next you're going to trace out pretty close to the area that you want. and you're gonna start bending it and forming it into place. And that's gonna give you an outline of something close to the piece of metal that you're gonna need. So you're gonna take that, and then you're gonna transfer it over to a piece of metal, trace it, cut it, and do the same thing. Start forming it, and that's gonna give you your piece of metal and save you a lot of metal in the process and a lot of money in the process. And that's how you build on a budget here on Mark's Minutes.